the idea behind Donald Trump reciprocal tariffs makes waves in the entire world, and people are reacting to it like every news, like everybody. Donald Trump reciprocal tariff. Donald Trump reciprocal tariff. But what is a reciprocal tariff, and why did Donald Trump decided to shift these things and bump up some huge reciprocal tariffs to some countries? So this is like actually varies depend to a country. Like Lesotho, they bump up to 50%. China 34, something like that. South Africa 30. You know what I'm saying? Democratic Republic of the Congo is like 11. you know there is so many things. UK is 10, and UAE. So we're gonna have to learn everything here. Why did Donald Trump decided to do that, and what's the cause of all those kind of things? So here is Donald Trump changing up stuff.
If you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariff. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. United.
So when he said China 67%, that's actually what Chinese charge Americans when Americans they're exporting stuff to China, right? So and that's why it's called reciprocal, because so Donald Trump trying to reciprocating the tariffs and say like a China, because you charging us 67% when we selling our goods to your country, now we're gonna reciprocate. You're gonna have to do the same to us, but you're gonna only pay us 34 34%, which is in somehow Donald Trump is kind of like a bit fair, and some other country he is unfair, because a country like Lesotho you charge 50%. That that's really really ridiculous. You can let me know in the comment what do you think, and let's continue. Yeah.
The Kingdom 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing.
That's United.
European Union, very friendly.
That's United Kingdom is 10% exports and 10% imports. So it's like 50-50 for the UK. UK is a good country. The economy is kind of stable, right?
They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%. We're going to charge them 20%.
Oh, do you understand? Like, it says the European Union ripped them so badly, right? European Union imposed Donald Trump or America to pay 39% when America they're exporting stuff to the European Union, but America is only asking them 20%, which is in somehow it's kind of still a fair deal for me, because you cannot just charge me 39 and expecting me to charge you less, because I'm the big fish in the game, right? It's okay, you can charge me more because I'm a big fish in the game, but you got to understand why Trump he's trying um so hard, and the ideology behind all of these things that is coming and shifting and changing everything. For him, it's all about America first, make America great again, right? So now European Union they will only pay 20, so it's a fair deal for them. Yeah, it's fair deal.
So we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like
Vietnam, they go up for 46. Wow. Vietnam charges actually America 90%. Can you imagine? And now America is going to charge them 46%. It's crazy, yeah?
like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Japan, 46%. They would charge us 46% and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%, we're charging them 20.
little items like cars. Japanese cars, so they are selling, some of them selling in America a lot. So they charge America 46 and America goes to 24. This is almost like a double, right? A half of what they charge America. So it's kind of like unfair. It's, I mean, like fair, but it hurts some people because not everybody has the economy of the America and China. So yeah.
24%. South Africa, 60%, 30%. And they've got some
Oh yeah.
bad things going on in South Africa. If you
Shut
look at
up,
Switzerland,
Trump. Shut up. So when Donald Trump always talking about South Africa, he's always mentioning about what Elon Musk told him that bad things are going in South Africa. I don't understand like what kind of bad things are going in South Africa because his friend Musk told him about blah blah blah, white genocide and stuff like that. So basically, South Africa charge Trump charge America 60%, right? And then he just decided to make it double or like half of that, which is with this South African economy, man, mm, it's not too bad, but it's kind of like a lot. 30%, nah, man. Here, people are still even fighting because of the VATs, like trying to increase VAT, and then it's still a big debate up to now. They haven't decided yet. So 30% ish, America. I think we're just gonna say goodbye. We're not gonna export any product. Yeah. To you. Sorry, man. I don't know what you guys saying, South African. If you are there, please let me know in the comment what do you say about this. Is it fair for South Africa for Donald Trump to charge us like 30% or not? Because for me, I feel like it's a bit heavier for South African economy as of right now.
61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. If you look at that, China, first row.
Donald Trump is
China,
Donald Trump is really
67%.
Donald Trump is really good. Donald Trump holds up a chart showing reciprocal tariffs, revealing the UK will face 10% tariffs, while the EU will be hit with 20% tariffs. So that was like kind of crazy. So I'm gonna try to go and try to explain things better for the people that don't understand what is a reciprocal tariff. So this guy, I found this guy is explaining it better so you can understand also because today I was explaining one of my friend and it's it goes from here, it's come from here and goes from here. So this is it. Just pay attention so that you know because the world is really the world it's actually being ruled by the market, stocks and politics and climate. So you need to understand at least a little bit of everything, right? Not so much, but just have an idea of like what's going on. So people can discussing stuff so you can have idea about the news information and stuff like that. So you don't have to be left behind. Okay? So here's the good example of reciprocal tariffs.
Explain to you reciprocal tariffs. So here's China, they make this car. Here's the USA, they make this car. In the United States, the car is being made in that country. The car sells for $10,000. They come to the conclusion that they also want to sell that car in the Chinese market so they can open themselves up to make more money, sell more cars. So the USA is going to export that car into China for it to be sold. Now, China says, okay, USA, we don't mind selling your car in China, but we are going to place a tariff on it because you didn't build it in China. So you want to bring it in and sell it here, there's going to be a tax or a tariff. So let's say in this situation, China places a 60% tax or tariff on car imports from the United States. So if this car costed $10,000 for the consumer in America, immediately once it gets to China, it's going to cost $16,000, right? Because that's 60% more than 10,000. Now, in China, they're selling.
So if you don't get how 16,000 came, it's actually the car has been made for 10,000 and then China is imposing USA to pay 60% of that 10,000, and then that's gonna be 6,000, right? So you're gonna take the 6,000 plus the 10,000. That's going to be what America is going to pay China, right? And then so when you sell the car in China, America is only gonna take the 10,000 rand, the $10,000, and the $6,000 is gonna go to Chinese because the car was not manufactured in China. That's how it works. So every country, depending of how they tax them, like the customs and all those kind of stuff. So European Union is 20, UK is 10%, South Africa is 30%, right? And it goes on and on and on and on like that. And also it goes like two-way back, like the flesh that goes up, it also comes down, and the one that goes left, it's also come back right. So it's reciprocating, and this is just like a simple explanation. If you don't understand, let me know in a comment. If you don't understand, drop a thumbs up so that I can know that I'm explaining it better to you. And this is why I try not to play this video, because this guy is explaining it better.
Selling a similar car for 10,000. So what problem arises? This American-made car being exported to China is not going to compete very well with a similar car that's selling at 60% cheaper. The Chinese-made car is selling for 10,000. Meanwhile, the United States-made car is selling for 16,000 because of this tariff. So United States says, well, you know what? That's your decision. But if you're going to play that game, China, when you come and try to sell your car that's supposed to be worth $10,000 in the United States, we're also going to place a tariff on it. Okay, so as a reciprocal tariff, the United States would also place a 60% tariff on those Chinese cars being imported. Now, in this perfect dream scenario, this would obviously almost cancel these out and just make us.
So basically, when it's reciprocating, it's going to hurt more the one with less money. The one with more money, they will be fine. So if you want to check Chinese GDP and American GDP, China has 10 more trillions than America. Americans' GDP is for now as we are talking. I'm sure with Doge, Elon Musk, and stuff like that, they've managed to add up like maybe 3 trillions. The last time I checked, American GDP was like 29 trillions, and China was 38 trillions. So China is still good, all right? And America is just trying to make more money from them because they were not making more money from them. The Chinese, they were making more money from America, which is, it's now going to be like a war of like making money from each other. And if you don't want the tariffs, you can just decide like to shut them down. We can trade, like fair trade, free trade zone, right? This is what Muammar Gaddafi, Africans, unions, they always fighting about Africa free trade zone. I'm coming to you. I'm not gonna pay a visa. I'm gonna pass to the border like freely, and I trade my good. I get my commission, and your countries benefits from my good and stuff like that. And you can do the same. So it's just like how people understand each other. So you let me know if I'm explaining it to you better in a comment, so I can continue, because this guy is explaining it super good.
At a trade equilibrium. This isn't the case in real life, but this is a very basic example of what reciprocal tariffs are. If you want to know why it's not as easy as this situation right here, then stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to explain to you reciprocal tariffs.
Okay,
so here's China.
I'm just gonna hit ChatGPT for more of why Donald Trump brought up reciprocal tariffs to the world. Donald Trump, yep, Donald Trump introduced the idea of reciprocal tariffs as part of his broader America First trade policy. The concept behind reciprocal tariffs is that a country imposes tariffs on U.S. goods, the U.S. will impose similar tariffs on that country's goods, creating a more balanced trading relationship. Essentially, the idea is to treat trade relations more equally, ensuring that countries don't take advantage of the United States of America by imposing unfair trade barriers. While the United States has relatively open markets, Trump argued that many trading partners, especially China, the European Union, and the other countries, were benefiting from unfair trade practices such as tariffs, subsidized, or non tariff barriers, and that reciprocal tariffs could help level the playing field. He believed that by imposing tariffs or threatening them, the US could get better trade deals, bring back manufacturing jobs, and reducing trade deficits. The goal of reciprocal tariff was to pressure other countries into negotiating trade agreements that were more favorable to the United States of America's interests. However, critics argued that this approach could lead to trade wars, higher costs for consumers, and strained relationships with key allies. Trump focuses on reciprocity in tariffs. So, as I say, this was basically he's just trying to make America first, and well, it's happening. But for me, as America is the biggest country in the world, he shouldn't do that. That's my opinions because many countries they're expecting funding and aids from them. All right, so it was just unnecessary, but he has his goal as a president and to be America first. That's it for tonight, guys. If you didn't understand properly, let me know in the comments. If you did understand, please leave a thumbnail, hit a button like for this video, and subscribe and share to your WhatsApp so people can understand. And I'll see you in the next video. And ciao, ciao. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much.